The ride for Tesla last week and these few days has been absolutely crazy. The Tesla stock has had a really big bloodbath, and yesterday it was all the way down to 13% negative. I think the lowest price was around $620 per share. It's really a huge decline in a short period. And it's weird to think that last week we were chilling at around like $850 per share. And now it's almost been down to $600. That's $300 less than the all-time high. And this puts Tesla below the price it had when it was entered into the S&P 500, which is probably healthy for the stock if you ask me. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the topic of this video. Is the Tesla stock going to crash this year, or is it going to still rise? It is indeed really hard to know and predict if it's going to crash, if it's going to maintain where it is right now, or if it's going to rise. And by the way, if you do like this content, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, welcome to Risk of Freedom. Let's get into the video. Let's go all the way back to the start of COVID. Everything was crashing. You know, it's the COVID crash. That's what we call it, or the Corona stock market crash. And everything just plummeted down. But after the Corona market crash, everything has been soaring like crazy. It's been like a crazy amount of increase, especially since November before Christmas. I believe November 2020 was one of the best Novembers the stock market has had for a lot of decades. But now we're almost in March. But you know what we're seeing right now in the stock market, you know, it's not only Tesla that's falling or like taking a deep down into the red. It's everything. You know, you had Apple, Google, Facebook, NEO, Lee, Expo, you know, every single big tech or EV company took a deep dive, and especially Workhorse. Workhorse missed some kind of a deal, and I think they went down like 47% yesterday. Anyway, that's not Tesla we're talking about right now. That's Workhorse, but Tesla has had some red days as well. Along with the market indexes, Tesla's also been falling, had some red days, and I do think this is really healthy for the market. You know, everyone's saying like, oh, are we going to have a stock market crash in 2021? Really depends on what you mean by a stock market crash, but more specific in this video, is Tesla stock going to crash? My answer for that is no. And again, it depends on what you look as a crash. Now when the market has had a little bit of a pullback, I do think that's really healthy for the market and healthy for Tesla. You know, Tesla grew like, I don't know, it was 600% last year. And it was already up like 40% this year. Now it's down again like almost 30. But I do think that this is really healthy for Tesla and the other companies as well, because everything's been growing so fast lately, and it's not natural for the market to grow this fast. You know, Tesla's been outperforming the indexes like crazy. For Tesla taking a turn and declining a little bit, I'd only see that as a good sign. And I do believe that that was bound to happen sooner or later. You know, it's unrealistic to think that, oh, Tesla's going to go to $2,000 when it reached 900, like an all-time high. Oh, it's going to go to $1,000 and it's going to go to 15. You know, it's probably going to happen, but not now, maybe in a few years. But for the stock market in general, I do think that we're going to see a pullback. I could be wrong and I could be right. The stock market does what the stock market does. There's absolutely no one who knows exactly what's going to happen in the stock market. And if someone says that they do, it's bullshit. Believe me, it's bullshit. If you want to know why that's bullshit, you should read I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Link down below. But now, speaking of Tesla, I definitely see a pullback, maybe more than we've seen right now. You never know. Maybe it will stabilize, but I think 2021 is going to be a little bit volatile, both for Tesla and other tech companies as well. Because of the massive growth they've had, it's impossible to like perform like that all the time. It's not natural at all. So this was bound to happen. I'm really sad that I didn't have any money to buy more Tesla shares, because if I had, I would have bought some shares. Anyway, I do think that there will be more buying opportunities and more dips in the future in 2021 for Tesla and other companies. You know, the next few months for Tesla, I don't think we're going to see a massive growth potential. I do think that we're going to see the Tesla stock where it is right now for a few months, or maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. But I don't think we're going to see a month or two where it's growing like crazy and outperforming everything. We've seen that already, and that can't happen every time. But I don't see the Tesla stock crashing at all. You know, you have JP Morgan analyst. He has the price target for Tesla. I think it's like $67 per share. That is just stupidity if you ask me. If you ask me, the lowest point I think Tesla could pull back to is around $550, which I personally believe is not going to happen. But Tesla said that they're going to deliver 800,000 vehicles in 2021, which is a 50% increase in sales from 2020. The thing is, like, they're really confident that they're going to pull this off this year and next year and onwards. This happens and they manage to do this. I think in the end of 2021, when you see the Q4 earnings for Tesla, and you can see, like, if they actually, you can see, oh, they're actually going to do this. They're going to sell 800,000 cars this year. I do think towards the end of this year, we're going to see a growth. in Tesla if that happens. The market's been on fire and everything just needs to calm down a little bit before it continues to rise. It's completely natural, it's a nice pullback. And you have Tesla going to India this year, maybe building a gigafactory there and the gigafactory in Berlin. You have all of these plans and goals that Tesla are going to achieve, which makes Tesla one of the best stocks for growth if you think long-term potential. And in my opinion, if you're going to invest in Tesla, do it long-term. The long-term potential is just absolutely crazy. And you also have the Bitcoin thing. You know, Elon Musk put $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. They made so much profit of that already. Bitcoin had a slight crash, but it's been building itself up again. This is not a Bitcoin video, but let me just shoot this in. Towards the end of this year, I do think that Bitcoin is going to be closer to $100,000. And if that happens, Tesla has a lot of profit. You know, it's going to help the Tesla stock to get pushed even higher. So basically, short term, I do think there's a lot of volatility going on for Tesla and other companies, but I do think this is a really nice entry point to get into Tesla if you're going to invest a lot in Tesla. I do think that the stock is on discount, and if it declines even further, it's even more on discounts. That's the way you have to think about this, because the long-term perspective and the long-term goals for Tesla is just absolutely amazing. That's why it's really important to think long-term for Tesla. We've seen this buying opportunity yesterday, and I think it will be some more buying opportunities, hopefully, of course, for my sake and for others maybe. But without a doubt, 5 years from now or 10 years from now, Tesla is to the moon, Tesla's going to Mars, Tesla's going to another galaxy. I'm a big believer in the company, and they have some crazy goals that they're going to reach and some crazy plans. So there's no reason for me not to think positively about Tesla. Now that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I don't believe that Tesla is going to crash, but I do think that they can have a little bit more pullback than they already had. But you know, you never know, that might happen or that might not happen. But anyway, in conclusion, long-term investing, Tesla is absolutely one of the best stocks in my opinion to go for. They have an amazing growth potential. Now that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below where you think Tesla stock is going, if it's going to crash or have another pullback, or if it's going to rise. I'd really like to know, and I read all of your comments. So please leave a like and subscribe if you like this content. I really appreciate it. Remember that I'm no expert at this field. I just share my value, my perspective, and my opinions. So do your own research as well, and do not spend more money than you can afford to lose. Now with that said, this is Risky Freedom. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.